Building data pipelines should be simple, but in practice, it usually means bouncing between docs, CLI commands, schema requirements, warehouse settings, and troubleshooting logs. Even when you know what you want, like load data from Postgres into Snowflake, there are still a dozen small steps between the idea and the working pipeline. That's why we are launching Estuary Agent Skills. They give your AI coding assistant the Estuary-specific context it needs to help you create and operate real-time data pipelines. Instead of remembering every command or piecing together connector setup instructions, you can ask in plain English. Capture my Postgres database into Estuary. Load these collections into Snowflake, or even, why is this connector failing? The first release includes skills for common sources like Postgres, MySQL, MongoDB, and SQL Server. It also includes materialization skills for destinations like Snowflake, BigQuery, Redshift, Databricks, and Postgres. And because building the pipeline is only half the job, there are skills for operational requirements as well, for checking task health, looking at catalog status, reviewing publication history, and others. Here is what that looks like in practice. I'm in my AI coding assistant, and I ask it to capture a Postgres database into Estuary and materialize the data into Snowflake. Because the Estuary skills are installed, the assistant knows the workflow. It knows which flowctl commands to run, what specs need to be generated, and what connector details matter, and which setup checks to perform before publication. You still stay in control. The assistant can guide the setup, generate specs, explain each step, and run commands through your local environment. But it doesn't magically bypass your security model. You decide what credentials exist locally, what gets run, and what gets published. And to be clear, this is not about replacing data engineering judgment. It's about removing the repetitive glue work. You still review generated specs, you still approve commands, and you still control the credentials. You can also still inspect everything because the skills are open source. For experienced data engineers, this means less time hunting through docs and more time designing reliable systems. For newer engineers, it means learning the right workflow while seeing the actual commands, files, and decisions involved. The other important piece is flexibility. These skills are not tied to one assistant. They follow the open skill.md pattern so they can work across the tools developers already use. Claude Code, Cursor, GitHub Copilot, Codex, Gemini CLI, and more. Use the assistant you like and bring Estuary's pipeline knowledge with you. Estuary Agent Skills are available now on GitHub. Install them, try building your first pipeline from AI Assistant, and tell us what workflows you want next.